Hi everyone and welcome to today's Trevor Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. I'm using this filter today because I literally look horrible. I am sick again. I've been sick more in the past 2 months than I have in the last 4 years combined. So let's get right to it before I pass out. At Crimson, Nina has this weird pirate kind of fantasy about Franco, kind of the type of thing you'd see on the front of a romance novel with Fabio. And definitely one of the stranger scenes on General Hospital, even if it is like a fictional scene. And Maxie breaks Nina out of that to tell her exciting news. She's going to have a first pick of a certain designer's dress in their new line. So Maxie's in Maxieland about the wedding, and Nina kind of breaks down a little bit, and she says she shouldn't have broken up with Franco because she's gonna die alone and sad. And I'm like, oh, Nina, no, you're not. But she tells Maxie about propositioning him. Hi, ECAT. And she wants to get back together again, and she's analyzing their conversation. So Maxie reminds Nina that they broke up for a pretty important reason. And they talk a little bit about that, and then one of the mail packages starts buzzing, and Nina shakes it, and I'm like, don't shake it. If something's buzzing, don't shake it. So they get scared real fast that it could be a bomb, but that fades really quick when Maxie sees what company it's from, and it's from a certain specialty company that sells a certain type of machine that may buzz or vibrate in certain ways, to say that as delicately and PG as humanly possible. And apparently they've been hounding Crimson to promote them, so they sent a free machine. At Elizabeth's new house, right? She's bringing something in. It's a new toaster, and then Franco comes by, and he bought her a toaster. Who'd have thunk it? So apparently Jake called him and wanted to come over, and the toaster was kind of an excuse to come over. And they really cute kitchen. So whoa, Franco doesn't jump at the chance to bad talk Jason, and actually suggests to Jake that he should draw a picture for Jason to show him some of the stuff that happened while he was gone. The lighting changed and made me look really scary, but fun fact, that's what I look like in real life. So Elizabeth thanks him for doing that, and then Franco says that he's jealous of Jason, which I think concerns Elizabeth a little bit, judging from how he first started on this show as a certain other person. So Franco tells Elizabeth about the conversation he had with Nina, and he's conflicted. And the reason why he's jealous of Jason is that Jason's been able to commit 100% to Sam and love Sam, and Franco doesn't. He can't do that, you know? So Elizabeth sees a different side of him, and then he gets a little self-loathing, and she calls him a self-pitying whiner. And I was like, oh, Elizabeth, kind of like you right now. At Kiki's place, because again, Kiki seems to be the only one that consistently lives there. Morgan tells Kiki he's been released, and she's really happy for him. They hug, and he wants to tell her something. So Kiki kind of has Morgan whiplash, I think, a little bit. And he says breaking up with her was a mistake. She asks why he did it then, and he says someone convinced him she was better off without him. She asked who, and he's like, your mom. But Morgan and Kiki, to some extent, don't let the conversation devolve totally about Ava, something's about. So they don't dwell on that, and he instead talks about how stable he is and how he wants to try again. Oh, sorry, dude. So he tells her that she's the reason he got up in the morning, but he understands if it's too late, especially considering what he did. And he tells her he saw her at the nurse's ball with Dillon, and he just doesn't know where, was that a one-time thing? Are you guys together? He doesn't know. But that question is soon answered because Dillon comes back, and he's talking before he opens the door. So he's talking about, our dinner date, this, that, the other thing. And then he comes in, and it gets super awkward super fast, but not in a, bad way. And Morgan leaves and tells him to have a great night, and he stays calm. He doesn't get mad. I'm really proud of him. I was pleasantly surprised. This is Iket's tale. So Kiki doesn't want to talk about it. She doesn't seem... She's obviously different than she was. And Dillon puts it all out there. He's like, look, you've been upfront with me about how you feel about Morgan and and everything, so you have nothing to feel bad about. You've been probably more honest than most people would be. And she is rebounding too. So he thinks she should sort through her feelings now that Morgan's out, because this is kind of what he was not dreading, because obviously he wants the best for Morgan because he's a really decent person, but like he's been I can't, he knows this on the horizon, and he's like basically he's like super decent, and I love Dillon, and oh god, I hope she picks him. So he says that he's only a text away. Even if she just wants to talk, he's only a text away. So like, I know she had a history with Morgan, but Dillon is like literally a cinnamon roll too good for this world. So please let them be happy. And plus, I don't think it would be the worst thing for her to date someone else, and then if it doesn't work out, she goes back to Morgan, fine. But I think they need a break from each other. I mean, he's had breaks from her. Just saying. At Hux's place, Lynch Manor. I was gonna say Lynchfield, but that's because I've been watching Orange is the New Black for 2 days straight. By the way, did you watch season 4? Intense, right? So anyway, at Hux's Lynch Manor, Hux believes Ava is hiding the real statue. She says she has no idea. She believed that was the real statue, and Nicholas is like, no, she's lying. So Nicholas makes up the story about how Ava had this plan to sell the forgery and keep the real one, and Ava plays along. Hux buys it, and he asks where it is. She says back in her hotel room. He's not stupid though, so he's having someone else, aka him, check out the room while they're tied up back to back. So when they're alone, Ava tells Nicholas she really did think the statue was real. The price was a little low, but then she got it authenticated, and she in good faith believed it was real. So Nicholas confides that Spencer knows he's alive, and if he never comes back, that Spencer's gonna think he abandoned him, because he's never gonna know like he actually, like, something actually really bad happened to him. And they manage to pull themselves up, and Ava finds a dull letter opener, and Nicholas puts his arm around her so they can cut through the rope easier, and that is ECAT. Thank you, sweetheart. In England, in the original hotel room, Sam and Jason are breaking into Ava's room, and they find a business card with writing on the back. Sam's going to call, and she pretends to be Ava's assistant and asks if Ava brought her companion to the meeting, and if there was an umbrella left behind because it had sentimental meaning to Ava's companion. So they find out that Ava actually missed her appointment. She didn't even show up, and Ava and Nicholas have vanished. So they think Ava and Nicholas could be having an affair. They find her boarding pass that she was like sitting right next to Nicholas. I'm scared. That's what happens when the sun goes away. So then Hux is at the door, and Sam and Jason hide, and Hux pulls the room apart. And now end scene. Morgan actually did go back to the hospital because he actually did forget his medicine, which is what he told Kiki and Dillon he had to do, which I was surprised. I thought that was just an out. And then Kiki comes out of the elevator at the hospital. Huck stops searching for the statue. He calls back his home. He says Lynch Manor, and is like, check to see our guests haven't gotten themselves in trouble. And after he leaves, Sam and Jason come in from out, like they were on the ledge, and she was in heels. I'm like, sometimes I can't even walk in heels. I can't even imagine. Anyway, so they've decided to head off to Lynch Manor. Nicholas and Ava get the ropes off, and she's going to try to pick the lock. Nina's going to text Franco to find out his answer to her question, and Liz tells Franco that he's not all bad like he used to be, and he's especially been really good to her, and he's like, well, everyone deserves a friend. They talk about the evolution of their friendship, and then they kiss. Oh, did you miss that last part? I said they kiss. Yeah, let that sink in. That's what I'm going to leave you with. If you want to start voting for Character of the Week, you can officially do so, even though you can whenever. And I will see you tomorrow later for General Hospital, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.